Shit's different in this bitch.
What's happening with it?
Alright.
What's good with everybody? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah. When you come in the building, make sure that you hit the like button. Let me know you in the building in the comments. Yeah.
You see the European grills on the lips, this tank full of TheraBlue, cause I be in them suits. Brick slit, roll with me, catch a contact. High definition, popping, flipping.
What's up with it? Let's see who we got in the building. Got my man Todd Swindle in the building. What's happening with it? Johnny Q in the building. Seattle Boxing Talk. What's happening with it? What he do? Got my man Mike Rhymoff in the building. What's happening with it? AJ64 in the building. What it do?
Top leg down. We been through the crowd with the bass up loud. Just on the slab when I creep. Take a bath or you put your ass on them seats. Right. Got the top leg down. Leaning to the right.
Joshua Hawkins, what's happening with it? Alex Booker, what it do? Yeah, like I said, when y'all come in the building, smash that like button for me.
Yo, I hope you got big lungs if you're rolling with me. I roll quickly, rolling in it, plus I'm rolling sticky. Hit the road with me, only push it to the 50, cruising through your city. So
what's happening with everybody?
Hey, too cold with it. Check out the interior, it's hater me. Chalkboard material, get it, fuck it. Hey, roll another blunt up, hit patchwork, going up with Nico to that sun. Hit like nunchucks, he can't stop that. A Lamborghini dope, swinging with top. Hey, clear the way. I'm want no dogs in my cockpit. Plus I'm throwed off, ain't got my load off. Got my 4 elbows and a quota that holds soft. Enough to get me shook up, but now I got the cook up. And since they didn't book us, every time you look up, I'm got the top let down. Leaning to the right, put the face up loud. I slide.
See who else we got in the building. We got my man Anthony Johnson in the building. What's happening with it? Keith Johnson in the building. What's happening with it? Sean T, what it do? Yeah, we gonna cook today for sure. Like I said, when you come in, just make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you get the likes up because I know a lot of y'all already in here. It ain't hit the like button. Yeah. Let me see. But yeah, we gonna cook today. It's a lot going on that I want to cook about. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely finna cook. So like I said, just make sure that y'all get them likes up. Make sure my audio on point. I think my audio messing up.
Turn this up, put it on repeat, let that top back. Let's do it again,
All right, there we go. Yeah, I think we good now. Samuel Washington, what's happening with it? What it do? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's finna get ugly like Sam Cassell and Precious had a baby. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But yeah, like I said, y'all smash on the like button. As you come in, smash the like button. We getting ready to get it started. A lot going on in boxing, a lot going on. It's crazy because, you know, I didn't even know that Tyson Fury was fighting this weekend. Tyson Fury fighting this weekend, and who talking about it? Who talking about it? Nobody. That just come to show this the second fight in a row that Tyson Fury, right? This the second fight in a row that he was fighting that nobody was talking about it. Didn't nobody talk about the last fight with Dillian White until like a day before the fight. And so I'm just saying that to say that Tyson Fury only relevant when he fighting a Deontay Wilder or when he's, maybe in talks with Anthony Joshua. If it ain't them, don't nobody give a damn about what Tyson Fury doing. Yes, sir. I want Jermaine Bean. That's out here where I'm at, man. I wanted to go to that fight, and I forgot about it. I forgot all about that fight, that Chocolatito and Estrada 3, and so, yeah, I would have loved to go to that fight, but I forgot about it, so I didn't get on it early enough, but that shit finna be fire. The Chocolatito and Estrada fight, that shit finna go down. Cassandra Mason, the queen, is in the building. What's up with it? Yeah, and like I said, hit my like button. Make sure, that y'all hit the like button when you come in the building, because they don't be liking to send out notifications a lot of the time. So make sure that y'all hit the like button. Yeah. Morgan Barb, what's happening with it? Yeah. Let me see where we at on the likes. Yeah, y'all got to get the likes up. It ain't even that many people in here to have. Like, come on, y'all got to get the likes up. Everybody in the building should have already hit the like button. But, yes, it's a lot going on. Like I said, we got Chocolatito and Estrada this weekend. That's a hell of a fight. Can't wait to see that. Who y'all got in that fight this weekend? Who y'all got in that fight? Chocolatito versus Estrada. Who y'all got in that fight? Let me get 1 for Chocolatito and the 2 for Estrada. That's a tough fight. Put a 1 in the chat for Chocolatito, a 2 for Estrada. Let me see who y'all got. I really don't even know, man. I'm going to have to go. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me, but I'm going to go with Chocolatito. Keith, he say Estrada. What up, Robert Pitts? Josh Hawkins said he got Chocolatito. In the building, boxing said he got Estrada. Cassandra Mason got Chocolatito. Johnny Q, you 50-50 ain't no answer, Johnny Q. You got to pick one. Ninja got Estrada. Samuel Washington, Ninja got Chocolatito. Samuel Washington got Chocolatito. Rail Johnson, he got Chocolatito. Bruce Gash, there you go. The OG in the building, man. I hope you feeling better, man. I hope that you feeling better, Bruce Gash. Hope you feeling better, man. I seen they gave you those pills and everything, so hopefully, they working. Yes, sir. So 1 for Chocolatito, a 2 for Estrada. Lone Star, what's happening with it? You just tested? Did you clear? You in the clear now? He said, I had worse hangovers. That wasn't shit. Yeah, man, I'm hearing that this strand that's out right now, it ain't really like that. But, that's good. That's a good thing. My man Todd Swindle got Chocolatito. Lone Star Steph, what's happening with it? Mr. Mustache in the building. And y'all see my connection is good, right? So let me tell y'all the whole time. It wasn't even, man, I didn't went out. I didn't bought a brand new laptop and all that shit. Was doing all type of shit with my internet. Cause I'm like, man, I couldn't figure out what the problem was why I kept glitching. It wasn't even, had nothing to do with none of that. So I hit up StreamYard and they had me do some tests and they like, your shit's super fast. Everything is perfect. What it was is it was the browser. They said that I couldn't use they said that for me to stop using like Microsoft Edge and Google browser, because they basically the same thing, right? They use the same software. They said for me to switch to Firefox. So I switched to Firefox and I'm good now. So it wasn't even none of that, man. These people, man, I done fucked around and bought a new computer, all that shit. Frustrated because I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my live streams. And now all I had to do the whole time is stop using the Google browser and switch over to Firefox. So I guess it's something with the browser and StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but yeah. Yes, sir. So, you know, we got that issue settled. It was frustrating because I've been dealing with that for like the past month. And I could not figure out what it was. I just get on here, people talking about, man, you glitchy, your connection fucked up. And I'm like, man, I don't know how. Everything else worked fine. Yeah, Morgan Bard. He definitely doing that. He is not chasing after tough competition at all. It's exactly what he's doing, bag chasing. But y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. And like I said, let's get it popping. Miss Knockout Boxing, the queen is in the building. Salute to you. Let's get it popping. So like I said, this week, Tyson Fury fighting Derek Chisora again this weekend. Why? I don't know. What is this? He already beat Derek Chisora and stopped him twice. Why are you fighting him again? It ain't like he got a big name. It ain't like, man, come on, man. That's some bullshit. Like, why are you fighting Derek Chisora? Y'all could have did that shit in the gym and used it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have sparred each other. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? What you fighting for? Y'all could have sparred each other. Don't nobody give a damn about that shit. But in other news, Regis Prograis, man, y'all seen that shit, man? And it's crazy because it don't surprise me. It's I forgot. I think the promotion was Legends promotion. I think it was that Regis Prograis and Zepeda fight on. Well, Regis, y'all seen, man, he tweeted this morning. He happy and shit. He pulling up to the bank. You know what I'm saying? He going to the bank to, you know, get his bread. He got things to do. You know what I'm saying? He got money to spend, got a family. He trying to, you know, take a long ass vacation to Brazil. He go to get his bread to put the check in. Marv Nation. But it had Legends. It had Legends under there too. So Marv Nation, Legends, whatever it was, right? He go to pick up his bread. They talking about shit. We're sorry, Mr. Prograis. We sorry, Mr. Prograis. Your check bounced. The funds ain't in there. What? The funds ain't in there. Wait, no, y'all run it again. Run it again. You know what I'm saying? Run it again because I know something wrong. They run it again. Mr. Prograis, we're sorry, the funds are not in the bank. It's no funds in here. We're not gonna be able to grant you this. We ain't gonna be able to grant you this money. Like what? What's happening with it, coach? Wait, something gotta be wrong. Let me speak to y'all manager. The manager come. Yeah, we don't know what's going on. It's just telling us all we know on our end is the funds are not there. So you need to go ahead and contact. You need to contact the promotional company and see what's going on, but ain't nothing we can do for you. Like what? So this man then fought his ass off, and you know, arguably a candidate for the fight of the year. He think he holding the check, you know what I'm saying? Because see what they do. And remember when I say this later on when we get to talking about shit. What all fighters do, they get a check after they fight. You know what I'm saying? They go back through them curtains and that check is waiting for them. They sign the check and they walk off and do what they got to do. They, you know, so he holding the check and he ready to cash his shit in. Yeah, that's fucked up. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Do me that favor. Don't do me like they did Regis at the bank. Don't do me like them janky ass promoters did Regis. Smash my like button, and that's free. Y'all ain't even got to pay for that. But yeah, man, I don't know. I hope I hope that they get it sorted out with Regis. I hope that they handle the situation and get him his money. You feel me? But nah, that ain't gonna slide. I hope that he don't have to go through a lawsuit and wait for his money and all of that. I hope that it was just, a mistake on their part and they get him his money. Right? I hope that it's just a mistake on their part and they get him his money, because to have to go through what he's gone through in the past 3 years and finally reach that pinnacle and finally show out and do what he did and then not get paid for it. Oh, y'all got me fucked up. I didn't already pay my sparring partners. I didn't had a full camp. You know what I'm saying? I didn't came out of my pocket and y'all ain't paying me my bread. Oh, no, y'all got me fucked up for real. But don't get it twisted. Regis is doing very well. You know what I'm saying? Regis he had a lot of real estate, so he ain't hurting for no money. You know what I'm saying? He doing very well outside of the ring. He not hurting for no money, but it's just the principle. So, hopefully, like I said, man, shout out to Regis. Hopefully that he get that together. NGZ03 was happening with it. So, hopefully he get it. They get him his bread sooner than later, real fast, and in a hurry, he get his bread. But y'all smash the like button. Y'all smash on the like button because we finna get to cooking too. We got a lot to cook about today. You dig what I'm saying? It's a lot to cook about. And I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's not even waste no time, man. So, Tank Davis, right? Let's talk about Tank in this whole situation with Devin Haney. They've been going back and forth for a long time. Now, I seen Blue Blood. I guess he was watching the Rise podcast. And I didn't see it. So I'm just going off of what Blue said, you know what I'm saying, on the video he made. He said that, yeah, man, he watching the Rise podcast. And, well, he didn't say the Rise podcast. He said his team, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about, right? Swat Jones was happening with it, right? And so Blue said that they got on there and they were basically saying that Floyd was the one that was stopping the Vasyl Lomachenko and the Devin Haney and all the big fights. Floyd was behind that. Floyd, you know what I'm saying? He was behind that. So my thing is, do you put it all on Floyd? Do you put it all on Floyd? Is it all Floyd's fault? Because, if y'all saying that, well, the reason is because it was Floyd. But I've also heard Gervonta Davis say, well, we ain't never asked for nobody. We just take who they give us. I've also heard Coach Calvin say, well, we company men's. This is his exact words. We company men's. So, we just wait to see what they put on the table, and we'll fight whoever they put on the table. Well, my thing is, if I'm Floyd Mayweather, right, knowing how Floyd is all about himself and he all about his bag. And when he looks at Gervonta Tank Davis is a business investment for him, right? This is the thing. Y'all got to listen to what I'm saying. We know how Floyd is. Floyd is about his money. Gervonta Davis is a business investment to Floyd Mayweather. So if you're Floyd, why put him in 50-50 fights where he can stand a chance of losing? And then if he lose, you stand a chance of getting less and less money out of Tank, right? So Floyd and Leonard Ellaby, they was moving him how they was moving him. But can you put it all on Floyd if Gervonta Davis was okay with being moved like that. If he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, making no noise. This is out of his mouth. If he wasn't making no noise and telling them, nah, this is the fights that y'all need to make. Like, I'm tired of this shit. I want to fight such and such, and then I want to fight him, and I want to fight him. If he wasn't making no noise, well, what make y'all think Floyd and Leonard Ellaby is going to move him differently? That's all I'm asking. So is it all on Floyd Mayweather? If Gervonta Davis wasn't making no noise in bringing fights to them, asking them, telling them, this is what I want to do next, this is who I want, well, why should we expect Floyd and Leonard to do any different? They like, well, shit, we cool. He ain't said nothing to us about it. We're going to continue to do what we do. And it worked. It actually worked. You know why? It worked because you got a whole lot of diehard Gervonta Davis fans that think that he's unstoppable. So it worked. You even got fans that don't even watch boxing like that, but they know Tank. And they want to see Tank. They don't give a fuck about boxing, but they want to see Tank. So it worked. It did work. If Tank had been put in there with Vasyl Lomachenko years ago, Gary Russell, and just all of the top opponents, would he still be considered and looked at as the fighter that he is today? Like, as far as how people think that nobody can touch him and he could go from 130 to 147 and stop everybody. Would people still be thinking that? Would he still have an almost 100% knockout ratio if he fought the best? And if you ask me, my opinion is no. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is we don't have to find out because it's already been said and done. You feel me? It's already been said and done. So them building him how they built him, making him look like he's unstoppable and the monster, that shit worked. So, you know, and when he did the interview with Brian Custer leading up to the Rolly fight, he said, it's time to take the training wheels off. He said that. He said it's time to take the training wheels off now, right? And shout out to him because that looked like what he's doing. He's taking the training wheels off that they put on him. And, you know, he getting out there and now he actually really looked like he finna go after the real smoke. But when I look at it, I can't blame. Once I heard him say that I've never went to them and asked for no fights, I ain't never went to them and pressed them to make any fights. Once I heard that, that's all I need to hear. You at that point in time, you can't put it all on Floyd and Leonard. Because if he ain't asking for it, why do we have to expect them to move any different? They're about their money. When Leonard Ellaby tell you that he has a blueprint, we saw the blueprint play out right in front of our eyes. He was telling you, we don't need to fight none of those guys. We got a blueprint. We're going to fight the level of competition that you see us fight. We're going to continue to fight the level of competition that you've been seeing us fight. And then once we have got to the top and maxed out, then you'll get those fights that y'all want to see. When we want you to get those fights. But see, as a fighter, right? Like Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, they don't have to deal with none of the fans and the naysayers and all that shit because they just like, we don't give a fuck what they saying. We get money, right? But as a fighter and being young like Gervonta Davis, he has to deal with all of that backlash. He be on Twitter and he gotta hear people calling him, you know what I'm saying, a cherry picking duck and all of that shit. He got to hear people calling him timid and all of that shit and scared of this guy, scared of that. So eventually that shit gonna get to him. You feel me? Eventually that's gonna get to him because he's young and he gonna go on social media and he gonna read those things. It doesn't matter if he try to pretend like that shit don't bother him. Eventually that shit starts bothering him. And I think that's where the confliction came in with him and Floyd and TMT. You know what I'm saying? That's where the shit came in. James, son of a king, salute. What's happening with? He says Floyd is setting Tank up so he can live after boxing. Sheena, the queen, is in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah, y'all got to get the likes up. Smash on the likes. So, you know, I blame it on both Floyd and Tank. You got to blame it on Floyd for not being a promoter trying to put on the best fights, just worried about himself and his pockets. And then you got to blame it on Tank for being okay with letting it go down like that. You know what I'm saying? He was okay with it. So it's both of them take the blame equally. We're not just going to say, it was Floyd Mayweather and he was stopping all the fights. What the fuck is he stopping if you're not asking for the fights? Make that shit make sense to me, right? And I heard Blue say that shit, and I want to ask Blue that. How can you stop it? Okay, how are you stopping something that I don't ask for? That's what you got to make it make sense. We talking about Floyd and Leonard, they were stopping the fight. What fights was they stopping? Like, it doesn't make sense. If I never brought it to your attention, brought it up to you, if I never asked you for it, how are you stopping? You don't know, unless the only way that we'll know if Floyd and Leonard was stopping all that shit is if Gervonta came out and said, you know what? I asked them for this fight and that fight and that fight, and they said no. They knew I wanted to fight such and such because I was asking them for the fight, and they was telling me nah. He never said that. He said the opposite. He said he ain't asked for none of them. So that's my question to y'all, right? It's a lot of y'all in the background. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all fans, diehard fans, you know, answer that question for me. If Gervonta Davis never called for it himself, if Tank never called for or asked for these fights, how was Mayweather stopping them? Glove Up Boxing says, my man, Coach says, Floyd has less belief in Tank than Tank has in himself. Well, it's like this. Floyd knows the game of boxing, right? He knows matchups and he look at certain shit and he like, okay, if I put Tank in this situation, I'm not saying that he can't beat this fighter, but I'm saying I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk. That's all it is. You feel me? So this clown ass nigga right here talking about I sound like a Tank hater. Bill got you on the payroll. Nigga, you was a fucking clown and your mama should have swallowed you. I sound like a Tank hater because I'm telling you what Tank said out of his own motherfucking mouth, but I'm a Tank hater. So what is Tank? If I'm telling you what Tank said out of his own mouth, what the fuck is Tank? Matter of fact, nigga, I'm going to drop you a link. See, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to drop you a link. Don't nobody grab the link but this clown ass nigga. Hold on. So I'm telling you what Gervonta Davis said out of his own mouth, but I'm a tank hater. Hold on. So don't nobody grab the link but this clown ass nigga. So City 1313, grab the link. The link is in the chat. Grab the link. So I'm telling y'all exactly what the man said out of his mouth. But this sucker ass nigga talking about, oh, you a tank hater. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one more time, you clown ass nigga, right? Grab the link or I'm blocking your stupid ass. Talk about, we know you on Bill Haney's payroll. A fucking idiot. Like I said, your mama should have swallowed you. Nigga, your mama on Bill Haney payroll. For real, your mama on Bill Haney payroll. That's who on Bill Haney payroll. Now grab the link. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think you wanted to grab the link. Motherfuckers like to get in the comments and get to typing, talking slick and shit, but won't grab the link. Weird ass nigga. Let me get this nigga up. Man, somebody get his ass up out of here. He don't want to grab the link. Block his ass. Somebody block his ass and get him the fuck up out of here. He's a hater. He's a Tank Davis hater. Niggas be sucking so much dick. That shit crazy. But yeah, like what I was saying before, we can't put all the blame on Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, you know. And I came to that conclusion when Gervonta Davis told us himself that, look, man, I've never gone to Floyd and asked for no fights. So Floyd can't block nothing. Leonard Ellerbe can't block nothing that you don't ask for. Now, if you asking for these fights and they refusing to put them on, then Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe is blocking them. But you ain't going to them, letting them know, look, man, this is the fight I want. Make the fight happen. It ain't no such thing as blocking them. You feel me? G5 Gay, what's happening with it? Salute. And like I said, I'm gonna put the link in the chat if any of y'all want to come up here and cook on this shit. Let me see. I'm gonna pin the link in the chat. Let me pin this link in the chat if y'all want to come up here and cook on this shit. Hold on. Y'all be some weird ass dudes, man. These dudes be so obsessed with another grown man. Like that shit just be weird to me. Weird coach.
What's happening, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Them niggas, bro, you got some ridiculous people in this world.
Dudes be weird, don't they, though, man? Shit.
Say, bro, I just wish you would have clicked the link and it came on because I got a few questions. If he fucking sitting here saying Devin
on Bill Haney payroll, because I said, how does that even make sense? I'm on Bill Haney payroll because I said Floyd Mayweather and Tank got to take 50-50 blame, right? They both to blame because Floyd ain't make the fight, the best fights being a promoter, and Tank ain't never asked for the fights. I'm a Tank Davis hater because I said that.
How can you
weirdo?
How can you not criticize for not fighting the best, and then talk about we should not like Devin Haney, a person who want all the big fights, want to fight all the best fighters. It makes no sense. If a person is out there showing you that he wants all the smoke, he want to fight all the best fighters, he's a really good fighter, what is there to hate on him about? But then you got another guy who's a very good fighter, keep on picking fighters that nobody want to see. So
Right.
we not supposed to criticize that?
Right. But Sean Clark, right? Sean, you said that was a while ago. Tank said that was a while ago that Tank said that he's changed his tune. You ain't listened to the whole. I mean, I don't know if you just came in. I said that. I said now, right? I said now he looked like now that he's changing, and now that he's finally, wanting to fight the tough fights. I said that. I don't know if you came in too late, but I already said that. You feel me? We're talking about what happened with TMT Promotions and Gervonta Davis. Who was the one to blame? We ain't talking about from now on out, because that relationship is pretty much, done. We talking about throughout these last, 6 years, 7, whatever, however long it's been, throughout these last 6 years, who was the one to blame?
I think they both was.
Yeah, they both were, because you cannot put 100% of the blame on Floyd if Gervonta Davis this year, he said that this year, it wasn't that long ago, if Gervonta Davis said himself that he's never went to Floyd and asked for none of those fights. He said it himself. So if you're not asking me for something, I'm not obligated to do shit. If I'm moving you a certain way and you know how I'm moving you, and you sitting back and you just letting it happen, and you not coming to me saying, look, man, this is who I want. I want him, and him. And this is the fights I want y'all to get me. And y'all are my promoters, and that's your job to do it. If you're not doing that, how is the blame 100% on Floyd? You can't blame Floyd 100%. They both get the blame. And Swat Jones, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. Always showing support and love to the channel. T, I see you in the background. I don't know who you is. You got to turn your camera on you got to turn your camera on real quick in the background before I let you up here.
Also, I see
what I think about it though, right? I feel like this. At first, Floyd couldn't trust Tank. Tank couldn't trust himself. I mean, the man missing weight, losing belts on the scale. He out there drinking and party. He ain't living a boxer's lifestyle. So Tank wasn't at his best anyway. So Floyd wasn't about to mess up what he done invested in the man. Tank really now in the last year or two starting to buckle down and act like he wants something. Because, I mean, I remember when Floyd was scaring the man with the thought of fighting Lomachenko. Like, he was scared to death of fighting Lomachenko at that time. And Floyd was using that as a bullying tactic. But see, now Tank's starting to feel better about himself. And now he wants the big fight, so he say. I'm thinking he want to do it because he said he wants to do it. But you can't blame Floyd. Or the only person, I really feel like you can blame Tank. Because Floyd about that money. And if Tank showed Floyd what he had, Floyd going to put him in there to make that money. Because Floyd went through the thing himself. But if Tank ain't sure, if he ain't 100% confident, Floyd not going to put him in there and risk messing up the apple cart, messing up the bag. So Tank knew what was going on. He was getting the high rewards for the lowest risk. And he was okay with it. But now people on his ass and giving him slack about it. Now he's tired of hearing that crap right there. So now he's trying to straighten it out. But yeah, he was okay with the way they was moving at first. I mean,
like I said, man, it's as a promoter, right? If you a promoter for the people, right? And if you have a fighter that you have 100% belief in, for a certain extent, you're gonna move them a certain way. But then you're gonna say, okay, we need to make the best fights. So that part I blame on Floyd for not trying to make the best fights, right? Because if you put Gervonta Davis in with a Vasyl Lomachenko, right, and he beats a Vasyl Lomachenko, he 10 times bigger than what he already is now. If you put him in there with these these other fighters that got big names and he fucked around and beat them, well, he's bigger. He's even bigger than a bigger attraction.
But yeah, but when you try to,
you know what I'm saying? There's always somebody that's gonna be bigger than you.
But
right?
when you try to tell him to get a Brazil Lomachenko and then he acting all scared, talking about you trying to set me up and everything, then you can't throw him in the ring with somebody like that when he's sitting there acting like a coward and shit.
Well, at one point he did, you know what I'm saying? But so I'm saying on that part, right? On that part, that's Floyd for not taking the initiative as being a promoter and just saying, look, this is the fight that we want for you because this can make you bigger than what you already is. He didn't do that, right? And then, like I said before, 50% of it is on Tank. Because if you're not going and you're not asking for the smoke, if you're not saying, okay, yeah, Gary Russell talking shit, I want to fight Gary Russell. Devin Haney talking that shit, make that fight happen, Floyd. Whoever it may be, make these fights happen. If you ain't doing that shit and you admitted that you never did it, well, that's on you too. So both of y'all are equally to blame. Both of y'all. But now, like I said, before I pass it to T, I'm gonna let him cook. But now, like I said, now coming forward to today, it's about I'm gonna look at him, right? I'm gonna leave all that shit in the past. I'm gonna look at him and see how he moved from this day forward. So we know that he fight Hector Garcia. Hey, big shit. That's the best, toughest opponent that was available to me in my eyes, right? So yeah, and then Ryan Garcia, another dangerous fight. So if he continued to move like that, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as before, they both get the blame. And so I didn't agree with Blue when he was trying to say that, you know, the blame is on Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was stopping this and that, because I don't know how you stop some shit that a motherfucker ain't came to you and asked for. But T.
Yeah, I believe you're right on target, you know, with what you're saying. For me, you know, one of the things that I just kind of share is I view Bud and Tank in the same predicament. They masquerading as the best fighters, but they ain't fighting the best opponents. So, and then they're using money as the reason why they're not fighting the best opponents. But they both saying they acting like they're in control of what, you know, of what they do. So I just look at them as, again, making excuses for not fighting the best fighters.
He ain't the only. They got three of them. They got three of them out there.
Yeah, and
Three of them. There's Alvarez. There's Bud Crawford, and there's and got a little Pitbull Cruz too. You can throw his little ass in there too, because he don't want no smoke with Shakur. So I lost respect for him.
So. Yeah, so I just think at this point, by ETB, by you speaking to that, now it's pressure on all them. Now people are saying, hey, you guys ain't the best. We can tell you ain't the best. So I just want to encourage you guys to keep using your platform to speak for boxing, you know, because I'm an 80s, 90s guy, and it wasn't as bad as this. And so and the last part I'll just say, back in the day, the promoters ran everything. Now the fighters are supposed to be in power, and yet they're still not making the best fights. So I'll just leave it there.
And one thing that you can tell the pressure is on, and it's been coming from social media, from platforms like this, from my platform, for other people's platforms, because Hit Dog will holler. Understand? Hit Dog will holler. We see now Terence Bud Crawford doing more interviews than he ever did trying to explain himself, because he a fucking hit dog and that motherfucker hollering. You see Tank starting to say shit now because they watch this shit and they see that the fans are not happy with the fucking opponents that they have been choosing over their career. And Terence Crawford just ducked the biggest fight in boxing. So yeah, people gonna fucking criticize your ass. You don't like it, motherfucker, fight the best. So like I said,
let me say this, right? Now, going to the fight with Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, right? Been a lot of talks about, you know, about that fight. A lot of talks. Now, we absolutely know when it came to Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, that Leonard Ellerbe said straight out they wouldn't go make that fight. You know what I'm saying? We know what was behind that. Leonard Ellerbe said straight out, we not making that fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? They made a million excuses when they could have made that fight. That fight could have been made. You know what I'm talking about? But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, right? I like to study film. And last night, I really studied Devin Haney in his last fight versus Kambosos, which he looked real good. You know what I'm saying? He was sharp, did beat the shit out of Kambosos, right? But when I watched that fight with Kambosos, the second fight, that even let me more know that if they fought, I got to go with Tank. And the reason I got to go with Tank is a lot of things I saw in that fight. And I said, in these certain situations, if that was Tank, it'd be ugly. It'd be ugly. I still got it a close fight, but I got Tank beating Devin Haney. I really do. Now I got Coach Stevenson beating all of them. But I really do got Tank beating Devin Haney because it's certain things that Devin Haney do, certain mistakes that he make.
And take a big opponent.
And I think that Tank will close the distance and capitalize on it. Like, say, for instance, right? And I'm not going to get into the technicals because we're going to talk about this probably a million times. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to get into all of that. But one of the main things that I did see is Kambosos was able to land, right? To land big shots on Devin Haney, right? Land his best shots on Devin Haney. Not a lot, but he was able to take off and land his best shots on Devin Haney, right? Like overhand rights, hooks, and shit like that. You know, a couple uppercuts. And the difference between Shakur Stevenson, you might land a shot on Shakur Stevenson. You might hit him with a jab or a straight here and there, some shit that he see, but you're not finna land your best shot on Shakur Stevenson. That's what separates him from all of them, right? He stays focused. He stays focused for 12 full rounds. Devin Haney at point in times he loses focus, and you know, like Kambosos catching him with his best shot. I know that Tank is gonna catch him when he closed the distance. He gonna catch him, and if Tank hit him flush like Kambosos was doing, the thing is can you stand up behind that? You see what I'm saying? Can you stand up behind that? And it was more than one or two or three times he caught him at times in that fight. But
and I
guess, you know, like I said, I give the edge to Gervonta Davis, but now it's on him to make those fights happen. Because now, right, you are saying that you ain't no longer with Floyd and them, and they ain't, you know what I'm saying, you ain't fucking with them no more. Well, now it's nobody gonna be in the way blocking those fights from happening, right? The fight is big enough now that more people talking about it. You big enough. Devin Haney a lot bigger. So it's up to him to make the fight happen. Because I could say who I think can win. Coach could say who he think can win. T will say who he think can win. Upper echelon, the best dad ever. Salute to the best dad ever in the building. Zenith can say who he think can win. But at the end of the day, they all gotta fight each other. And if both of them are willing to make the fight happen. One thing that we saw with this Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, although I still don't believe that shit gonna happen until they get in the ring, right? Because we already know how boxing is. Anything can happen from now until this summer. But they showed us that if both fighters really want the fight to happen, if both fighters is making noise, like, nah, this is what y'all gonna do, and it's going to be a problem if y'all don't make this happen. If both fighters are on the same page, well, the fight going to get done. Both fighters got to want to fight. Not one fighter that just want a whole bunch of money and the other fighter want to fight. You feel me? Both fighters got to be on the same page, and they going to get the shit done. So now we know, right, that at the end of the day, it's on the fighters, not the promoters. So, you know, yeah.
Well said. Well said, and I just want to thank you again and want to encourage you to keep your platform going.
Yep.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, man.
Another thing, though, like you were saying, you seen that Kambosos in there, right? A lot of things I seen too. yeah, they say Devin got off on the second sparring, but another thing that people got to realize when Tank and Devin get in that ring, it ain't gonna be no headgear and 16-ounce gloves either. So them shots that Dev was catching and was taking from Tank in the daggone sparring, it's gonna be 1,000% different without that headgear and them 16-ounce gloves. And some of them shots that Kambosos was catching them with, if Tank catch him a couple times, I ain't seen nobody that just eat that Tank got. He got that Deontay Wilder for his size. And if Devin get caught with that, it's gonna do more than what Linares did to him. It's gonna sit you down.
Yeah,
It's gonna sit you down.
Keep on saying the most important thing of the whole motherfucking conversation. If that's what you're gonna rely on, because if it go to distance, Devin Haney gonna.
But you know, Tank is a master setting them up in traps. And what I'm saying, every fight I've seen Devin in, he mixes it up at one point.
I set Devin Haney. You can set fucking these guys that you fight.
Floyd has been set up before. Zab Judah set Floyd up.
You
Devin ain't better than Floyd. Everybody can be set up, bro.
Motherfuckers who not on that level. You not gonna set up no motherfucking master boxers like that. And
okay, Floyd got set up by Zab.
Well, so this
set
is
up Floyd. Everybody.
So this is what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna break it down a little bit, right? What I saw. This is what I say. Devin Haney, right? He needs to be at a certain range to get off. Devin Haney, if he like Shakur, right? Shakur, say for instance, Shakur, he mastered his mid range. That shit is mastered. His outside and his inside game. So he got all of that, right? He put all that into one. Devin Haney, right? He's a great fighter on the outside. Mid-range, when he gets in that mid-range, he overshoot a lot of his shots when he throw his straights and shit. But what he does is he's stronger. Like, for example, with George Kambosos, he was stronger than George Kambosos. So every time he overshoot his shot, he was able to grab George Kambosos, right? And then make George Kambosos reset because he was stronger than him. He was able to tussle with George Kambosos on the inside to where he wasn't fighting on the inside. He was just, he'll grab him, tussle him, and then, you know what I'm saying, they'll either break it or he was strong enough to do what he had to do. With Gervonta Davis, it's going to cause a problem with Devin Haney, right? Once he get in the close like that, if he's not able to grab Gervonta Davis and be stronger than him, right? If he's not strong, now, I don't know who's stronger, but if they fight and he's not stronger than Tank, right, and he can't wrap Tank up on the inside like that and just maneuver him and do what he wants to, that's going to be a problem for him, right? And then when you in that mid-range and you throwing them long shots, right, and you overshooting, Tank, he wait for that. He's waiting for that. He's waiting to counter you. So I see that a problem for Devin because he needs to step up his mid-range in his inside game. He needs to pick it up because you're not going to be stronger than everybody and just be able to wrap them up, you know what I'm saying, and make them reset. Because some fighters, they know how to, you know what I'm saying, back, and they know how to get you up off of them, dig to your body, and wear you down like that. So like I said, man, that's what I see in that fight when I study both of them fighters. That's what's dangerous because you're not going to be able to just stay on the outside the whole fight and stay away from Tank. Because I see in the later rounds, fighters, they close the distance on Devin Haney. Like George Kambosos, he was able to close the distance. You know what I'm saying? But and I think there was more so to Devin Haney wanting to show that he could fight a different style too. You know what I'm saying? Which he can. But if you think that he just gonna be able to get in the ring and use his footwork and stay away from Tank for 12 rounds, I don't see that happening. And eventually Tank gonna get to him. It's gonna come down to me is that, are you stronger than Tank? Are you going to be able to do him like you do them other opponents that you stronger than him? Because we heard Kambosos say, man, Devin Haney's strong. He's physically strong. So I don't know. You know, are you that much physically stronger than Gervonta Tank Davis? Because if you are, then, yeah, you pretty much, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a different fight. But if you're not, it's going to be very dangerous. And when he catch you, and then when he hit you with them clean shots, and he will catch you, what's going to happen? Because, Coach, he's going to catch him. He's going to hit him with some shit clean. Because I've seen Devin Haney, he get hit with clean shots.
Okay. We'll see if Tank grow up here. Well, Devin moving up to 140 after this fight, so he ain't gonna be at 135. Tank will have to fight him at
If
140.
you want to smoke, go to 140 and fight Devin. You know what I'm saying? You ain't fought him. He was calling for it. You didn't fight him at 135. So if you want to smoke, go to 140 and fight him. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the difference, and that's why I give Gervonta the edge in that fight. Now with Shakur, it's different because Shakur, he don't have those mental lapses, right? He can fight on the inside. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't gonna look to grab you and wrap you up on the inside. He gonna fight you on the inside. Mid-range, he damn near 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? At distance, he a 10 out of 10. This is my opinion. So it's different things. And then, like I said, his defense is better than Devin Haney's. Like you might catch him with a jab or a straight, but you ain't gonna hit him with your best shot. You ain't finna catch him with no overhand or no uppercut or no hooks and shit clean like that. So that's what's different. But all of them need to fight because they all fights that we could go back and forth and argue. And now one of us is right into they fight.
They both lefties too. That make a difference.
Yeah, it do. Definitely make a difference. Definitely make a difference. Bro, I think that Zenith, bro, I think for real, I think that he just like to argue just to argue. Like the nigga just wants to argue. Like everything you say, he wants to come back and argue.
Yeah, Zenith.
Why you ain't never got on knockout debate series?
Zenith, he cool.
You argue in the chat. Why you ain't never got on knockout debate series? This motherfucker, he got a rebuttal to everything you say. This nigga Zenith got a rebuttal to it. It don't matter what it is. He got a rebuttal to everything you say, but he ain't never took his ass on knockout debates.
He practicing right now. That's all he doing. He practicing on
knockout. Then had a million debates, and Zenith ain't got his ass up there one time.
Why Zenith done died? I just don't even pay no attention, bro.
I'm like, God damn, bro, you the nigga just want some shit to argue about. I know, man, if he got a wife, I know she gets sick of his motherfucking ass. She gets sick of this, like, God damn.
We're gonna talk about this John Ryder shit. I tried to harass Money, but
all right, we gonna man, cause he
didn't take.
We gonna get him, man. Fuck him.
We knew John Ryder was gonna be Canelo Alvarez person when he beat when he got that robbery against Danny Jacobs. They had already said it. When he robbed Danny Jacobs, they was like, "Oh, Canelo might got some new smoke." That's exactly what they said. John Ryder will be looking to fight Canelo eventually. That's exactly what they said.
Who was the first one that came on there and broke down what Canelo's next move was? I told y'all exactly what he's gonna do. And that's what's happening.
But I didn't know when he was gonna fight Ryder, but I knew Ryder was on the way. As long as Ryder didn't lose, and they weren't gonna let Ryder lose, I knew he was on the way. When he beat Danny Jacobs, they had already set it up. And
yeah, well, my point is this. We talked behind me and Keon talked about this already. And if that Caleb Plant and David Benavidez fight, when that shit happened, it's gonna be before that John Ryder fight. If I was David Benavidez, I would tell the WBC, y'all gonna make this fucking fight with me and Canelo or make him drop the belt.
They ain't gonna make him drop it though.
Well, guess what?
Too much money.
Then you got a lawsuit. Because y'all motherfuckers, I done fought 3 title eliminators. I'm the interim champion. Now I'm supposed to be fighting Caleb Plant for a shot at the title. If y'all let this motherfucker go and fight John Ryder, he better drop that WBC belt because and y'all rules came out of your mouth, is on fucking film. All of this shit, you don't have a leg to stand on. I sue the fuck out of them. Y'all gonna give me my opportunity,
Caleb Plant wins,
or make that bitch drop the belt.
If Caleb Plant wins, Canelo might get a rematch against Caleb.
He ain't gonna win.
But man, I ain't. Hold on, man. We ain't finna because I ain't getting into this Canelo shit today. I know you want to cook on Canelo ass, but I don't want to talk about Canelo right now because we got some other shit I want to cook on, right? And I'm
For
gonna just
a reason they ain't even got paid yet, but they pays are paid, but they ain't paid
Talking about
by
W
yet.
I was
Dundada.
talking about that
You talking
earlier.
about Dundada? You talking about he the WBA
Check
man?
this
Dude.
out.
It don't matter. He the WBC. WBC coming for all of the sanctioning bodies. So I don't want to hear that bullshit, bro.
This is what we gonna do right here, right? Because we know that Terence Crawford been running his mouth and talking a lot about Jermell Charlo, right? He been talking a lot about Jermell Charlo. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all hit my like button.
He
He
trying to
been
sit there.
running his mouth and talking a lot about Jermell Charlo. Now he just did another interview, and I'm gonna play it. This is today. This shit is from today. I'm gonna play it real quick. Hold on. Let me find it.
He just trying to build buzz because Earl stopped talking back to him. So he figured, hey, if I holler at Charlo, Charlo gonna talk back. He just trying to get some buzz before his dad gonna fight, man. That's all the hell he
Let me
doing,
see.
man.
And I'm gonna play a little bit. I ain't gonna play the whole interview. It ain't that long anyway. But I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna play it, and then we gonna talk about this, right? Because he been talking a lot about Jermell Charlo lately. Yeah. Hold on, real quick. Let me see. Let me get this screen share.
It's because Earl ain't responding to him no more. So he going to Charlo. He trying to build his stuff up. He ain't gonna
Build
fight
it
either one
up,
of
right?
them.
Hold on. Hold on, real quick. I'm trying to figure out how screen share. Nah, that ain't it. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to, cause this I'm using a new browser, so this is just different. Somebody got noise in the background. Coach, I think that's you.
Yeah, mine on mute.
Man. Hold on, y'all, man. I'm trying to get this screen share. Shit ain't working like it do on my other browser. Hold on. God damn. Oh, yeah. I might just have to play it off my phone. I'm trying to. Hold on. Yeah, let me see. Hold on. OTB, what's happening with it?
What up with the virgin?
What's good with you, man?
How was
Long
your
time.
holiday,
How
bro?
everything been?
Oh man, safe. I can say that, man. Just safe. I'm just glad to be good out the way. No news, good news. We ain't on the news, and the news is good news.
Yes, sir. I hear that. Man, I'm trying to figure
What
out how
up,
to
coach?
use
What
my
up, Up?
damn screen share.
What's happening, bro?
Allow. Okay. I can't figure this shit out. Okay. Huh? Allow. Okay. I don't know what the hell this shit is doing. Yeah, this ain't working. Anyway, we're gonna have to do it off the phone because this is not working. Like I said, I'm using a new browser and it ain't working like my old browser. So, but I'm gonna play y'all this. Yeah. Enable screen sharing permission. I did that. It's like sharing my own screen. I don't know. But I'm gonna just play the interview. Y'all can hear it, right? Let me pull it up and I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna let y'all listen to it. It ain't long.
I said it's good for entertainment.
Yeah, and I talked to her yesterday, and she's super excited to be on your card.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He said you're scared of Spence. You need the money. Him and his brother and Spence recently. Well, it seems a lot of mutual respect, although you take jabs at each other. But there's a guy that Spence is really close to that it seems a little bit more personal in Jermell Charlo. He came out on IG, as you know, recently, said you're scared of Spence, you need the money, him and his brother and Spence kind of made your name. What do you say to all that?
Something is wrong with that dude. He got to stay off of whatever he on, because if I can recall, I was already a 2-time world champion before he was even a champion, both of them. So how somebody piggyback off of my name when I was already, the man. I don't understand that. I was already on the pound for pound list. I was already, in talks to, being the next best thing since Mayweather retired. So I don't understand. I ain't never heard of his name being in the talks of any of that sort of anything. So how can I, be piggybacking off of him and his brother's name when I've accomplished way more than them in the sport of boxing? That don't even make sense.
Now, you have stated, I've heard that you feel like, and I know you would want him, if that Spence, fight occurred right after you told me that over the summer. How badly would you like to get in the ring with him and, shut him up, so to speak, and take his belts?
I already said it. I would love to get in the ring and shut him up, because only thing he's going to do is cry afterwards, That's all he do is run around yelling, angry, and mad at himself. But at the end of the day, my main focus is on David right now. So I really don't care what, anybody else had to say to me right about now.
Now, obviously the Spence, may get looked at.
So he's talking about his accolades and that he's a champ before Jermell Charlo was. But who had the tougher road to undisputed? Y'all both was undisputed, but Jermell Charlo's undisputed run was way tougher than Terence Crawford. Jermell Charlo's resume is way better than Terence Crawford's resume. Jermell Charlo he didn't beat Lubin, Harrison. He didn't beat Castano. I mean, Jermell Charlo got a hell of a resume.
Rosario, all the boys.
You know what I'm saying? He got a hell of a resume. So it's like you talking about your accolades and this. Both of y'all was undisputed. Who cares that you was a champ before he was a champ? You know what I'm saying? You ain't did your pay-per-views.
He still ain't popping.
Like your pay-per-views don't have you popping like that. People still wasn't paying to see you like that. You know what I'm saying? So you wasn't doing no more than he was. And he talking about, I don't care about what he has to say. You brought him up in the Brian Custer interview. Jermell Charlo hadn't said shit about him. You start talking about Jermell Charlo in the Brian Custer interview that you just did. That man wasn't thinking about you. So the thing is like, man, you trying to make it seem like that, man, he's just talking about keeping my name in his mouth. Nah, bro, you were using him and Errol Spence to build your name off of. That's a fact. You was building your name off of Errol Spence. You was using Errol Spence's name for years and years to get people to talk about what you was doing in your fights. It's a fact. Now, as far as him talking about, I want to go up there and I want to fight Jermell Charlo, right? You had a chance to do that because from what I know, Jermell Charlo was on the table. All you had to do was get past Errol Spence. All of these fighters that you saying that you want to fight once again are on the PBC side, but you ain't want to do business with the PBC. Like, you know what I'm saying? All of these fighters are on that side, and you got everything to say about them, but you didn't want to do business with them. So what make me sick is he's always talking about his accolades and what he did. That man got the same accolades as you, basically. And he did it in a much tougher fashion. You talking about a Jermell Charlo and you'll make him cry and do all of that shit. That's cool, but you still fighting David. I've been sneezing at the end of the day. You talking about what you gonna do to Jermell Charlo, but you're fighting David. I've been sneezing. They even asked him, well, why did you fight? You know what I'm saying? Why are you taking the fight against David? I've been sneezing, and Virgil Ortiz has been your mandatory. Virgil Ortiz was the mandatory. Like, well, why? How come you didn't fight him? And then he says, well, I don't know. You know, it just never came across my table. A name came across. This is exactly what he said. He says a name came across the table, and we said we saw it, and we said yes. And yeah, nigga, that's exactly what you did. You saw who the name was, and you didn't have to think about it. You said yes immediately. Oh, him? Oh, yeah. I'll fight him. Shit. But another thing I want to say, right, about the whole, he getting paid $10 million, right? He says, well, you got to get the money. That's cool, but if they paying him $10 million, these motherfuckers are the dumbest bastards I ever seen. Because first of all, he's saying that they already paid him $5 million of the 10. Then he says before he even fights, he gonna get the other half. So that everybody know, right? Rachel Donaire was on here. Fighters will tell you they don't get paid until after they fight. Now, they might get sponsorships. Like we heard Floyd before he fought Manny Pacquiao, he had made like $100 million already before he even stepped in the ring with Manny Pacquiao from his sponsorships. Floyd Mayweather never got paid a fight check until after the fight. No fighter has ever gotten paid a fight check until after the fight. That's why Regis is going through what he's going through now, because they gave Regis the check after he fought. So you mean to tell me that they finna pay Terence Crawford in full before he even step in the ring?
That means they watching something.
Before he even step in the ring, they finna pay this man in full. His whole career fighting, everybody else that he's seen, right? He ain't never seen this happen before. But you mean to tell me that a man that ain't never done well with pay-per-view sales, none of that shit, ain't never generated the money like that, you willing to take him? We ain't talking about an Errol Spence, a Deontay Wilder, a Canelo, or Gervonta Tank Davis. Out of everybody, you willing to take him and change the rules of how business is done in boxing? So now, right, with that being said, if this is true, everybody else that fuck with you, you got to do the same shit. You paid Terence Crawford up front. We want our money up front too, or we ain't fucking with y'all. If that's true, right? You paid him up front. You got to do that for everybody else now. What make him different than anybody else? Pay-per-view sales don't make him different. You know what I'm saying? Fanfare don't make him different because he ain't generating shit like that. So I want to know, first of all, how are they paying him $10 million? How is that true? And then he already got paid half of it months and months, right? He already got paid half of it a month and a half before he even fought. And then he getting paid the other half before he even step in the ring. That shit make sense to me. Now, I'm not saying it ain't true, but what I'm saying is if they is doing that shit, they some goddamn idiots. And Brian, I remember Brian Custer asked him, Well, how do you know that the funds are there? He was like, shit, I don't care. Shit, I ain't worried about it. Shit, I'm already out. They already didn't pay me. So you can tell that he don't even give a fuck what's going on with them. He just going to get a bag.
Man,
he don't give a fuck about no goddamn blue blood. He don't give a fuck about no BLK, a TLK, a TLC, none of that shit. He like, man, this shit, just as long as you ignorant motherfuckers gonna pay me this shit, I'm cool. And then they asked him, right? It's funny because he kept talking about how tough of opponent David I've been sneezing is. Man, he's a tough opponent, man. He's fought the best of the best, man. He's fought. No, he ain't. And the fucking guys that he did fought, he lost to all of them. Quit. Stop fucking lying, right? So he trying to hype him up, trying to act like, man, this is a tough ass opponent. And then he goes back, and when he's asked, so what threat do you see in David I've been sneezing? Like, what threat do you see that he may be able to cause you? He says, shit, no threat at all. I don't see nothing at all I got to be worried about. I don't see no threat at all from him. Ain't nothing I got to be worried about. But then you just say how fucking tough he is and this and he that, but then turn around and say, oh shit, and he ain't got nothing I got to worry about.
Chatterbug.
That's why you let a liar talk. If you let a liar talk, he always kill himself.
He upped the cannon to rob somebody and shot himself in the nuts.
Hey man, it's just this shit crazy. But one thing before I pass the mic to Coach, one thing I gotta say, right? If y'all watched that Brian Custer interview, one thing I noticed is his energy was different when speaking on Errol Spence in the Brian Custer interview. You notice how anytime he interviewed with somebody else, he get to shitting on Errol Spence and talking real bad about him. He didn't do that with Brian Custer because for one, he know that Brian Custer fuck with EJ. For two, he know that he not going to be able to go on Brian Custer podcast and just say any fucking thing because Brian Custer is going to challenge him on that shit. Y'all seen the questions that Brian was asking him. He was like, well, didn't PBC offer you Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, and Jermell Charlo?
Where you hear that?
Where'd you hear that from? Where'd you hear that from? Brian said, shit, I heard it from a rep at the PBC. Told me that. So he couldn't just get off anything he wanted to in that Brian Custer interview like he do on these other interviews that's just basically, you know, like them dudes at the Zone, Akin Barak. They fuck with Terence Crawford like that. So he know he can go over there and say whatever he want to. They ain't gonna challenge him on shit. He know he can go to Max Kellerman and say whatever the fuck he want to because they're not gonna challenge him on nothing. So I noticed that the energy was different, and he gave Errol Spence a lot of respect because before, he ain't nothing. We'll knock him out and this and that. Now, Errol Spence, I'm a fan of Errol Spence. You know, he a hell of a fighter, and I think he'll run through Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman is afraid of Errol Spence. He's always been afraid of Errol Spence. Oh, Errol Spence is a much tougher fight than Jermell Charlo. He was giving him his respect. But you wasn't doing that on none of the other interviews.
Charlo ain't on Errol Spence level. Like, damn. So now you saying you and Errol Spence on the level together there.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, well, damn. Where'd this come from?
So, as far as the Jermell Charlo situation with Terence Crawford, I kind of do believe that he look at Jermell Charlo and he think that he could whoop Jermell Charlo. You feel me? I think that he could whoop Jermell Charlo, and I think he would really fight Jermell Charlo. I don't think he could whoop Jermell Charlo. I think Jermell Charlo put his ass in the dirt.
That's a bad decision you tried out.
Jermell Charlo, he cracked too hard. His chin, he got a granite chin, and when that shit turned into a dog fight, because it will, when that shit turned into a dog fight, Terence Crawford, he can't stand behind that smoke that Jermell Charlo gonna be bringing.
Charlo was a pure boxer. He moves around that ring too good, too, boy.
Until he get your ass hurt.
But I think
the second he
I think that he really think that he would.
But you talking about a fighter that capitalized off of his timing.
But hold on, real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all cook. Well, before I say this, I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna read the super chat, and I'm gonna let y'all cook. Now, I really do think that he thinks that he can whoop Jermell Charlo, and I think that if Jermell Charlo took the place of Errol Spence, I think that fight would have been made. Like, he look at Errol Spence, and he really look at Errol Spence as somebody that he feel that have a chance of beating him. With Jermell Charlo, he don't look at Jermell Charlo like that. So I think he really would take a fight with Jermell Charlo for less money and all that shit. Errol Spence, nah. But let me read this super chat and I'm gonna let y'all cook. My man Sean Clark says Custer did a good interview. He was on Bud a little. He was on Bud a little bit. I wish he asked him if he still agrees to the terms he said he already agreed to. That's another thing. I did everything to make this fight. I tried everything to make this fight. They didn't think I was going to agree to all those terms. How you agree to something, but the fight didn't get made? So you agreed to it, but you didn't agree to it. You agreed, but you didn't agree. You didn't agree, but you agreed. Yeah, okay, make that shit make sense. I don't understand. But y'all go ahead. Upper echelon, go ahead and cook and then pass it to OTB.
Yeah, so you know, man, the way I see this right here, Jermell Charlo, like I said, Earl and Jermell are Vegeta and Goku. They both hyping each other up, getting each other better and better. Like, the more one of them, look, that's top-notch training. They in the gym together, full speed, they making each other better. And that's the best fighting, the best sparring, the best. So, you know, they sitting up there going high speed and they going through the motions. Plus, the way they coach Derek James teach them. They teach him repetition and it teaches him not to waste movements. Everything they do is scientific. You heard Jermell Charlo holler out the other day. He don't even know the tech. He don't even know the system. Because he don't know the system. And see what Bud doing, he talking about he was above them and all that, but Bud ain't popped. He ain't been popping. That's why he had to beg black fight fan to get him popping on the Earl Spence thing. Wasn't nobody talking about Bud. Yeah, he had a good win against Gamboa, but still, wasn't nobody talking about Terence Crawford. You didn't hear about Terence Crawford until they started pushing it about him and Spence, really. And that's when it started popping. I still think Keith Thurman a better fight for Earl Spence. Crawford is a bunch of smoke and mirrors, man. In the 140 division, and Dongo had to fight either Regis Prograis or Sergey Lipinets, but he said forget that and ended up fighting Terence Crawford. Crawford beat him for undisputed. And before Crawford left, he had Lipinets as one of his mandatories and had Regis Prograis as the other mandatory. He didn't take neither one. When they was down in New Orleans, when Regis and Tio was on the same card, Regis was calling out Terence Crawford. Terence didn't want that smoke because Regis Prograis is the Goku Black. I got Terence Crawford as Satan. The nigga Satan Hercules off the Dragon Ball Z, and Boots is Perfect Cell. Because, you know, he's the best of everybody. He got everybody's techniques. And he'll do it. But, yeah, Crawford, he's just trying to get a quick payday. And like Keon said, the motherfuckers got paid already. You know what's going on. They watching some shit. Because ain't no damn way anybody putting that money in there to get damn missing like that. Ain't nobody going into the business of losing money unless they cleaning that money up. Now, if they clean that money up, then, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, that's what that shit is. But, yeah, Crawford, he in it for himself. That's why Bob Arum sat there and said he lost all that money. They used the Earl Spence beef to broker the deal with Top Rank. And then they left after it was over with because Terence Crawford wasn't trying to let them get a piece of that fight. Because, you know, ESPN and Bob Arum only brokered that deal on the premise of that Spence fight. And see, ESPN is still trying to be in on that Spence fight. And that's what Crawford and them brought to the table, but it never came to fruition. But I don't know if the fight will happen or not, but I know they're going to make Boots the mandatory of the WBO, so Crawford either going to fight Boots, fight Earls, or going to lay it down. Go ahead, OTB.
Shit, I don't think he was never scared of Regis, because when you watch Regis lose to Josh Taylor, he lost to Josh Taylor trying to brawl in the pocket with Josh. And you wasn't there beating Bud fighting that fight style. maybe now he done improved his head movement and his activity. I could kind of see Regis having some success in that
Bud
fight.
wasn't fighting that style back to the 140s and the 135. You know,
but Regis was, and Bud done had the same. He done had the same damn finishing ability since then. So I'm just saying, with that brawling style, and you talking about Bud and his finishing ability,
we ain't never seen
man,
Bud
that
versus
was
a
gonna be
game
an ugly
opponent, though,
fight.
bro.
Regis, and not only that, Regis already lost to Bud in the amateurs, so I definitely don't think he never was fair.
Now, Regis lost to Spence twice in the amateurs. He said he been calling for Bud.
He lost to Bud too. Look at the interview when he see Bud and Josh Taylor, and they upstairs, and Regis asking for the talk. Regis asking Josh Taylor to fight him again. His energy wasn't like that with Bud. It wasn't on that bullshit.
Man, he was on Bud. I'm just saying he was on Bud ass. Go look at that fight where
he talked all of that shit, but in person it was different. Yeah, I mean, and I feel you. You understand? I definitely
Sergey
agree with you
Lipinets
now.
wanted him too.
But he ain't want. I don't think he wanted that smoke for real. Then
Bud ain't really as good as people
think that he had a chance at winning that fight at all. At that
I think he
point
would
in
have
time,
smoked him.
as far as Jermell Charlo, not taking all of that
But
shit
I
he
went
took
back
from
and
Josh
looked
Taylor.
at Bud's fights, bro. I've been looking at Bud's fight. You know how people always say Bud start off slow, right? It don't be that. Niggas be kicking his ass. And then, you know, he'll make adjustments and then start winning. He don't be starting slow and get his ass kicked.
Well, yeah, that's
you
because
feel what I'm saying? Like
he leaned on his timing. He leaning on him being able to time you. And once he does, he finish your ass. You understand?
Okay,
So
but if Hank Lundy was 20 pounds heavier, or if Jose Benavidez had a
was
full
the fifth
leg,
up, then we, you know what I mean?
yeah,
We be on adversary. You understand? Shit, if
yeah.
it was the fifth, you understand? But as far as Jermell Charlo go, I know he want that fight. You know what I mean? Everybody think Jermell Charlo sweet till you get in the ring with him. Shit, everybody
Yeah.
think because it ain't nothing that wows you. He's been out. We've seen him outbox before. So Bud thinking shit, I'm gonna outbox him, and then Jermell, once he hurt you, he start throwing his punches out wild. And for a counter puncher like Bud, shit, yes, that's food to you. Versus a fighter like Errol, who has that same consistent pressure. You understand? Charlo ain't got that type of pressure. So I don't doubt that. And as far as his interview, he trying to make himself more available. Yeah, I mean, you can see he trying to do more interviews. I want to see if this shit continue after this David Avanesian fight. If you still available to the public, we still seeing you after the David Avanesian fight, then I won't be inclined to believe what my brother Keon and them been telling me for months, is that you trying to grow your name off of this man. Because right now, that's what it looked like. I'm only inclined to believe that. You understand that the truth is
That's
the
what I'm
truth.
talking about.
We
That's
ain't
what I'm
gonna call
talking
him no
about.
duck, no goose. Now, y'all know OTB, we gonna keep it 100. So to me, you understand, that's just what I got out of it. I'm proud of him for making himself more available. He's not good. Yes, he need a PR rep. You understand? So because you're gonna keep shooting, you're gonna keep being Cheddar Bob. So you need to get prepped before these interviews. And on that, that's all I got, bro.
Yeah, man. The thing is like my whole thing is you always talking about a Jermell Charlo, but man, you ain't want to do business with the PBC. So how can you make that shit make sense to me? You don't want to do business with the PBC, but you want to fight they fighters. I don't understand that. Like, if you don't fight Errol Spence, he'll never see a Jermell Charlo fight. And he knows that. So it's kind of like one part of me do think that he really won't smoke with Jermell Charlo because it's personal. You know what I'm saying? It's personal. I don't know what he got against Jermell Charlo, why it's so personal. But it's personal. I think he'll really fight Jermell Charlo. But he looking at Errol Spence, and he know that in order to get to Jermell Charlo, he got to get through Errol Spence. And he, now he's saying that hopefully they can go back and, go back to the table and make that fight happen this next year. But you wasn't saying that shit before. Before, you was making every excuse why the fight shouldn't happen and you don't need to fight. I'm talking about just recently. Recently, after everything fell out. And you was bashing PBC, you was bashing Al Heyman. Now you saying, oh, well, maybe, you know what I'm saying, we could go back to the table and see if we could go down. This dude be all over the place, man. And T-Bibbs was happening with it. Dude be all over the place. So, you know, you can't really, you don't know how to gauge him. You know, you don't know how to gauge him. Is he just fucking with Errol Spence to get Errol Spence to think that he really gonna make the fight happen this time? And then have Errol Spence waste his time and fight Keith Thurman and stay at the division and then pull some 9-9 boo-boo shit and run off again? See, now he just fucking with EJ Head because Errol Spence, he got to make this decision like, should I put my trust in the Terence Crawford that he going to come over here, do the business with us and make the fight happen? Or should I just say, fuck it? Because now, right, if EJ say fuck it, you got all these motherfucking fans, right? They gonna start getting on his helmet. He didn't want to fight when Terence Crawford was ready. Terence Crawford was ready. He had his warm-up fight and he was ready. Now EJ, he ain't want to fight. He moved up. He ducked Bud. All that bullshit. And EJ already said, man, he said, man, I'm sick of getting blamed for this shit. I want to get this fight in. I'm sick of all these fans trying to blame me for the shit.
That's why after he fight David Abbott sneezing or David I don't need you or David in the tweezers, he need to go straight to the table, 48 hours, sign the shit, get it out the way. The contract was what it was when you left. This is what we doing. If not, nigga, get out the way. Period, man.
He ain't gonna do it.
We not about to sit there and play around with this shit again. Hell no.
Exactly.
You said you agreed to everything. You agreed to everything. It's still the same. Let's do it.
That's how they need to come at him. You agreed to everything. Ain't shit changed. Here's the contract. You got 2 weeks to sign it and get back to us, or we moving on. And you can move on too. That's it.
I'm telling y'all, this is a classic Cleveland move from Al Heyman. He done told him, build this fight up more. We already know this fight. We making this fight happen, but we need it to be bigger. And they doing it at the expense of us, the boxing community, bro. I'm telling y'all, man, they been knew this fight was about to happen in 2023.
But Al Heyman ain't doing this shit, bro. You know how much money they lost without the other boxers fighting?
Shit.
You know how much money they lost?
Shit, all that shit had to go on the budget for next year anyway.
A lot of people was held up, though. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people missed out on boxing,
a lot of people missed on fights, and fights was held up because they was waiting for this fight to take place. They was waiting to see, you know, what was going to pop.
That's a lot of money they lost this year, boy.
So why entertain this motherfucker next year? If I cost you money.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. I agree with exactly what you're saying. Why do you, right, take a chance and entertain him coming up in 2023 when he could do the same shit? That's why I said this time, like Upper Echelon said, I said, soon as he fight that motherfucking David, I've been sneezing. EJ need to get a fight in. I don't know what the fuck they doing with him, right? But as soon as he fight David, I've been sneezing. They need to give Bud a contract and say, look, you got 2 weeks to sign this shit, right? And then that way, in between, Errol Spence, he could take a fight early in the year. Terence Crawford can get in the ring and they can build it even more.
Talk that shit, King.
Hold on. If you don't sign this contract within the 2 week that we give you, because ain't shit changed. Yeah, you want transparency. We gonna show you everything, right? You either gonna sign it or you get the fuck on. You got 2 weeks to sign it. That's what it is. And Sean Clark, man, I appreciate you, man, in that cash out. I appreciate you, Sean Clark.
They said February 11th was EJ's date. February 11th.
Where you hear that at?
Was it it was, I think, Fight Hype?
Cause
it was on one of them. It was either Fight Hub or Fight Hype. But
I don't know about that.
Huh?
I don't know about that upper echelon because EJ just said himself. He said, man, he don't know what he doing. He said everything up in the air. He said he ain't got no fight date. He don't know what's going on. What he doing? He don't know. You know, it could be. I mean, but he got to decide if he's gonna fight Thurman or not. He's still up in the air because like I said,
He don't want to fight his
he's
ass.
in the tough. He's in a tough position right now because he in a position. Do I hold off, stay in the division, fight
Well,
a
let me
Keith
listen to
Thurman or standing on this, right? And put my trust in the Bud. Or do I say, you know, man, fuck Bud. Bud ain't gonna do right. I'm gonna move on. He got to make
Or
a decision.
That's a
you
rock
know,
in the hard
you know
place,
something.
man.
If Bud go into the damn agreement and go ahead and sign it early, you got to take another fight. He can go straight to the Bud fight. But Bud got to do what he got to do there because Keith Thurman is the mandatory. But if him and Bud get into a damn fight, they can't strip Earl before that damn fight take place. I think that's what Earl might be trying to do. Trying to see if Bud gonna be a man about his word and go straight into the damn fight after this amnesia.
Elijah said Blue Blood and Mayweather said next year can't believe them either. I don't know what Blue Blood got to do with anything we talking about, bro. I don't know why you even brought Blue Blood into this. What does Blue Blood have to do with anything that
He
we talking
said Blue Blood gave the date. That's what he was saying.
Blue Blood, but I'm just saying, but Blue Blood ain't with Showtime. Blue Blood ain't with PBC. He don't talk to Al. Like, what does Blue Blood and have to do? Like, it's salute to Blue, but what does he got to do with what we talking about?
Facts.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And you know, so I mean, I don't know. Just like Blue don't know. Now, do Mayweather know when they looking to have the fight? Yeah, he do. Because he fuck with, you know what I'm saying? He know.
He know whatever go down in there. Because if you sign to Al Haym, you sign to Mayweather.
Yeah, he know what's going down, but I mean, yeah. That's just like saying, well, everything boxing said, but I don't know. Blue Blood don't know, just like I don't know.
Unless you got a source that done told you, but
they don't even know. If Errol Spence don't even know himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, if EJ don't know, then we know. And I pretty much bet on him saying that he don't know it's up in the air is him saying, goddamn it, shit, they better get this shit together. We gonna need to schedule fast for January because 2023 ain't but 3 weeks away, y'all.
We'll know what's up in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll know what's gonna go on with the Earl thing because Bud been done made his fight, and we're gonna see if he keep that same energy he said.
And then when do Jermell fight Tim Zoo?
Let me ask y'all something. Should Errol Spence show up in Omaha and hop in the ring?
Hell nah, EJ, you done did enough coming from a Bud fan. Shit,
nah, I would.
But that's hostile territory, nigga. That's hostile territory.
Hey, let's show you I wrote this. Come up there with my team of security. And without the security, I'm walking in that ring like, look, you can't run no more, nigga.
Because he don't have no deep security with him out there.
Yeah,
I just don't know that it's nothing.
They just that ignorant. They're trying to do something to him.
Like what does he gain
Irby
from
having
that?
security now. He used to did, but Earl got security now.
I mean, security or not, I just want to know what do he gain from showing up.
Okay, he just showed up in your neck of the woods to your house in front of your fans, and he said he want to get it in. He won't smoke, and he said it in front of your people. That's like if you out there with your family, a nigga walk up on you and your girl and your family and be like, nigga, I want some smoke. Your family and everybody and your girl gonna look at you a whole lot different. You don't go get that smoke.
Shit, your family been involved in this shit for the last 6 months. His sister been commenting.
Hey, but OTB, if he did that, right, it wouldn't be no way that Terence Crawford could not make this fight. Well, nah, I ain't gonna lie, because his motherfucking fanatics, his fanatic ass fans, they'll still make an excuse.
Like Aaron didn't want to get in the ring; he was forced.
Yeah, he was forced to get in the ring.
Oh,
they paid him to do that. Al Haymon paid him to do that.
Hey, that's damn sure what I would think.
He really wanted to take a picture with Bud. That's
Man,
all.
hey, I ain't gonna hold you, man. EJ show up. I'm thinking Al Hammond behind BLK Prime. Real talk, Al Hulk style of this shit. If that happened, yeah, I mean, if that do happen, like,
Nah, because Al ain't about to get that nigga $10 million no damn. I'm sorry. Al's a smart businessman. He not giving
Hell no.
$10 million.
Al ain't giving that nigga fucking 500,000 to fight that David I've been sneezing.
Yeah, that sounds like my boy DK. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. You don't say the whole thing, but you know that's what that sounds like.
Man, but yeah. That's what I'm saying. EJ can get in the ring, snatch the mic out of Bud's hand, call that nigga a bitch, and tell him, look, man, is you gonna quit ducking me, or we gonna make this shit happen or not?
And
hey, the fight don't happen, they still gonna blame Errol Spence.
Hey, look,
the fight don't happen. I mean,
you hear me, Key? And
what's up?
And tap that WBO belt. Talk about this mine right here, nigga.
Right. It's mine. But you know what happened, right? He in Omaha. He got all them. He got Bernie and all them niggas with him, right? You know they gonna try to act rowdy in the ring. They gonna try to get in the scuffle because you know that's just the type of dudes that they is. They gonna try to act rowdy, get in the fake scuffle, act like they trying to get at EJ. He get in the ring. Money, what's happening with it?
What's going down, brother? Am I late?
Salute to Tampa.
Hell yeah, your ass hella late. But we got about 20 more minutes. I'm gonna cook for about 20 more minutes. Well, I'm saying is
TV, what's going down, chap?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on? What's going on?
What up, Stepper?
What if so since you just got in here, Money? What if Errol Spence showed up to Omaha, my nigga, got in the ring, got on the mic, told that nigga, you know what I'm saying, you gonna make this fight happen or what? Quit ducking me.
Boy, that'll set the boxing world on fire. if that hypothetical happened,
you think he should do it?
Man, I'm talking about, bro. If he, which we know it ain't gonna happen, but if he was to do that, bro, you know how much egg would be on Terence Crawford's face, bro. You know how bad that boy will look. You know what I'm saying? You know how bad that boy will look from him talking about Earl them not wanting to fight, and now Earl pulled up to Omaha in your town. You feel me? Pulled up to Omaha in your town, bro, with that motherfucking shark shirt on, knocking on his door, telling him I'm coming to take that motherfucking scrap. And they let him inside that ring. Man, that'd be too much promotion for BLK Prime. You feel me? That'd be too much hype. You'd have gave them too much motherfucking hype. But if that was to happen, bro, that'd set the boxing world on fire. That'd be some of the shit that we need in the boxing game. And man, you won't stop seeing videos. And then you know the haters always got to come out and I mean, why would he show up to Terence Crawford fight, yo?
Right.
I mean, if he's not worrying about the fight so much, I mean, why come to Omaha? It just shows you. Terence Crawford is the king of boxing. It just shows, you know, they're gonna say a lot of shit. But for us, the boxing game,
or they'll say that he was forced to be it. He was forced. Al Hammond made him show up to get in the ring, and he ain't really want to do it.
He ain't want to do it. Motherfuckers be saying certain shit.
Fight to see a weakness.
Motherfuckers would be saying shit like, "Oh, he going on one of his episodes. You know, he must be on this. He must be on that. Why is he in Omaha?
He was drunk. He drove up there drunk.
Yeah, he ain't mean that. He ain't really want to fight. You know, it's just another stunt. Now he seen Terence Crawford beat the shit out of that boy. Now he just a stunt. So. It's gonna be a whole lot of bullshit, but man, if Earl was to do some shit like that, bro, that shit'd be gangster, bro.
Man, we gonna say it was a paid appearance.
You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for all them word motherfuckers out there in Omaha too.
That's what I said. I said, man, he gonna have a problem if he tried to go out there and do that. Because you can see all of them now. Bernie, he all of a sudden gonna be acting like Tukey Williams in his prime and shit with his little ass. You know what I'm saying?
All them niggas out there. Yeah, nigga, what you doing here, nigga? Yeah. Taiwan, Tyrell. Nah. Gotta hope Bomac let him in the ring. Bomac, is that Errol Spence? Everyone builds a barricade. Build a barricade. They didn't want to let us in the ring out there in Dallas. We're not gonna let them in the ring over here.
Was it protection order? Goddamn it, bro. Get the police. We got a protection order on that man.
Yeah, you got to watch out though, because you know there's a lot of weird motherfuckers out there in Omaha.
They said Joe Turner you said Joe Turner gonna pull up.
Yeah, old motherfucker, 50 plus years old, with that motherfucking toupee on top of his head. Talking about you don't belong here. Go back to Texas.
Oh shit. Oh man, dog. Nah, but man, for real, I don't know, man. Like I was saying before you got in here, that Errol Spence, he got tough decision to make. You know what I'm saying? He kind of in a rock and a hard place right now. Do you wait around, stay at 147, defend the title against Keith Thurman, right? So they don't strip you, so you can still go after undisputed, right? But you wait around in your trust for Terence Crawford. Do you put all your trust in the Terence Crawford that he gonna make this shit happen, right? With you? Or do you just say, man, I don't trust this motherfucker and move up? He got a hard decision to make.
That's true, bro. It's like I go fight this fight and make good money and shit, right? Defending my scraps again. But at the same time, it should be a statement made that Errol Spence did everything he had to do. So y'all right. Did everything that he had to do to really make this fight happen. And we really see who really want the fight. You know what I'm saying? Who really made all the sacrifices and who just went blowing smoke up the fans and the people ass. You know what I'm saying? So that it'll make a statement on that if the fight don't happen. Because Terence Crawford keeps saying, well, if the fight don't happen, then it ain't the first fight that ain't happened. We see Errol Spence out here who don't want to be at 147 no more, you know, still going against his wishes and trying to give us the fight that he know that boxing need, and still trying to chase his dream and become undisputed at the welterweight division. So that should give him a whole lot of more credit and recognition and more, you know, prestige on his name, his accomplishments, and what he's trying to do for boxing. But we know what the haters gonna do. They can't never show love, but you know, it's damn sure go benefit Errol Spence if he does that. Even if the fight don't happen, it's still gonna benefit him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Starvinsky said, adding Keith Thurman to EJ resume kills Bud in negotiations. But see, that's the thing, right? There's another thing that we were saying, right? Soon as you fight David Avedisian, that same deal that we have for you, that shit's still on the table. We ain't changing it. That's what you gonna take. Since you going around here talking about you agreed to everything and you called our bluff and the same deal on the table. So what we doing? You either go, you got 2 weeks to sign this shit. We not finna hold Errol Spence's career up, waiting on your ass. You know what I'm saying? They need to put the same deal on the table with a date on there. Give him a date. All Errol Spence got to do, he got to get past his next opponent, and this is the date we fighting in the summer. Same deal on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And January 1st. Shit, he fight December 10th. January 1st, man. 2 to 3 weeks is long enough when we already know what the terms is. You don't accept that shit by then shit, keep pushing.
Right. You want transparency? We gonna show you all of that. Here's the same deal. So you said you was cool with the deal because see now you notice, right? He'll switch up depending on what interview it is. Some interviews, somebody got a lot of noise in the background. I think that's you, Money. Yeah. Some interviews, right? He'll come and he'll say, some interviews.
That's me, Key?
Yeah, that's you.
I was muted.
No, I muted you. Yeah. You good now. Some interviews he'll come and say, well, I wanted transparency, and that's, you know, that's all I wanted. I wanted transparency. And then other interviews, he'll say, well, you know, I wanted to fight in November, and, you know, they was telling me that the fight wasn't going to be until next year. Nigga, which one is it? Which one was the reason that made you run off and fight David? I've been sneezing. See, he can't get his story straight because it's a lie. Because he's talking about, well, you know, I want to fight in November. Well, nigga, you ain't fighting in November. You fighting on December the 10th. They was wanting you to fight in January or early February. What the fuck is a month or a month and a half difference? What's a month or two difference? Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? What is a month or two difference? I don't understand. He said he ain't hurting for money. He said he don't even need to box no more. He's straight. He didn't. I made so many, great investments outside the ring. Trying to talk like he Floyd Mayweather and shit. So, he going all over the place, bro. What the fuck is a month or two difference? I don't know. One of y'all can, let me know.
Ain't no difference, bro. Like I said, if you going out there and you fighting in fucking January, if you fight in December, you can fight in January or February because it's still the beginning of the year. Like the end of the year, like I told you, is the beginning of the year. So come on, bro. If you really wanted that smoke, you know what I'm saying? Errol Spence wanted to fight this year as well. He wanted to fight at the end of the year. He wanted another fight. But you ain't see him make a fuss and crying about it because he said, you know what, as long as it's Terence Crawford, we locked in and we gonna get the people to fight. So fuck it. If we can pass up on November and December, we can go ahead and go into fucking February and fucking because it's probably gonna be in February. Go on in into the beginning of next year. And that was gonna be that, bro. But that man, he keeps like telling the truth. Oh, it was good for my pockets. You know what I'm saying? It was this. Oh, they saying what it was gonna be. Oh, of course it would have did numbers, but no one knows what the numbers really was going to be, and all this shit. Come on, man. Do you believe in yourself or what, bro?
What if he do this though? Cause see, I don't. He hard to trust, and I wouldn't put this shit past Jay Chestnut. Was happening with it. William Old School, I see you.
Jay Chest.
I wouldn't put this shit past him, right? Errol Spence take a fight. And let's say he take a fight February, right? It probably because it got to be February at the soonest. Now, Errol Spence take a fight in February. Now, Terence Crawford fought in December. Now, Errol Spence, he can't turn back around and fight. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do. He ain't gonna turn back around 4 months at the soonest, right? Now, Terence Crawford, well, I want to fight before that. I want to fight. They know I wanted to fight before that. If they say, okay, in July, y'all gonna fight. No, I want to fight before July.
All right.
I fought in December. I need to fight before July. See, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't put nothing past this dude. Errol Spence just fought. He fought in February. I ain't fought. My fight wasn't until December. I want to fight in between that. He's subject to do anything, dog.
Well.
So, yeah, man. I don't know, man. You just can't trust this dude. You can't trust him. It's gonna come down to him showing that he really wants to fight. And he haven't showed me that up until this point. That's what it's all about. Do he want to fight or not? That's as simple as that.
And the way he's talking.
Well, see, the thing is, Damian Carter, you can't make the fight in March because if Errol Spence fight in February, you can't make the fight in March. And you can't have Terence Crawford, to me, you cannot have Terence Crawford go and fight in December and then it's fair for Errol Spence to go straight into a fight with Terence Crawford when he just had a fight. He just had a tune-up. I want him to be on even playing fields. Because shit, Errol Spence, he's had all of these layoffs and layoff after layoff after layoff. You fight in March, now he been sitting out a year basically. Another year layoff. So he need to, if they gonna do it, let Terence Crawford take his little fight, have Errol Spence fight Keith Thurman or whoever, and then do it in the summer. I say, let me see, February, March, April, May, June. I say it's gonna have to be in like June, dog.
Yeah, June or July. Ain't no way hell
July. It's gonna have to be in June or July. That's and that's that's a ways out, but that's what it's gonna have to be. Because these fighters, they not turning around and fighting each other, 2 months after they didn't have a fight. Exactly. The promoters don't even let them do that because they ain't trying to, put all that money out up front. with a quick
they can
turnaround
even
like
push it.
that.
Listen, if Crawford fight in December and if Earl fight in February, they can likely fight in August. That's gonna be enough time. You know what I'm saying? Like if Earl fight early next year, like February, then they for sure go fight in the summertime or probably a
Like
little bit
July,
towards the fall. Yeah, or a little bit
July.
towards a little bit towards the fall or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna negotiate that shit. They gonna do the press tour and all that shit the right way. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna get that bitch in. But like you said, it's going to be on terms with Crawford to to get that thing and sign that contract. Like that boy said, Thurman, skip over Thurman. No, you don't skip over no Thurman. If he just went and fought for his little 10 million, then voila, Earl Spence wanted to fight in November, so I'm going to fight a motherfucking February. I'm gonna be scheduled. I already had a date, so I'm gonna get my fight in. I'm gonna stay busy just as well. You know what I'm saying? And then I see your ass, late summer, early fall.
And see,
Easy as that.
this is the thing what Terence Crawford did, bro. He holding up the whole division because you got standing owners now they waiting around, right? You got Jerome Boots Ennis now he waiting around, right? You got all these fighters that's waiting around, and you didn't held the motherfucking division up if they gotta wait for you and Errol Spence to fight in August or July.
Mm-hmm.
All because of one dude then held the whole division up. Now, right? If they had this, if they waiting around, now the pressure is gonna be on for one of these sanctioning bodies to come and strip one of them. Right? The pressure gonna be on, and the pressure, and Bud know the pressure's on Errol Spence. He ain't giving a fuck about that belt, dog. His whole thing is that Errol Spence ain't gonna be able to get undisputed. Now, if Errol Spence fight Keith Thurman, he still got 2 more mandatories. Now they talking about, okay, well, I'm working on the fight, and it's tentative for July or August. What you think they gonna do, man? They gonna start putting pressure on him and threatening him to strip him of the titles.
Facts.
And so, all because of Terrence, man, Bud know what he be doing, dog. Bud know what the fuck he be doing, dog.
And then, Key, did you catch that little slick shit he tried to say? Oh, it's crazy how they gave Stanionis 2 things to step aside,
right?
And then but I'm just saying though, like you just saying what, motherfucker, one of them times you stepped aside for him to try to fight your motherfucking ass, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying, you up here talking that shit, you had a scrap, so that was for a reason. He did it for the Ugas fight, right, for unification, and then he's finna do it for you for undisputed. So you making it as if, like you said it out your own mouth, Keith Thurman is a bigger name and it's a more money fight, but it doesn't matter. He's a mandatory now for the WBC, and it's not like it had nothing to do with the WBA, even though Stanionis was next up. But he still got his position. But you steady bringing up Stanionis, like what the fuck you bringing his name up for? You bringing up everything else got to do with Errol Spence, except you signing that fucking contract and fight.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. But man, y'all smash the like button. There's a lot of y'all in here that have not hit the like button. Smash on the like button. Don't just come up in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, and don't hit the like button. Smash the like button. But man, I'm getting ready to wrap it up. So everybody make sure that y'all smash the like button before we get up out of here. But I'm gonna let everybody get their last words in. Money, let them know what you got going on tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, stop. Wait, dude. Yeah, y'all come and rock out with me, man, tonight. We'll go live. We'll go talk about a few things. I'm still, contemplating on what I'm gonna talk about, but y'all come just rock out with your boy. I just came and jumped on. I ain't even know that you were live. I seen it and I had, just jumped on. But y'all come rock out with your boy. Continue to support my brother, man. Smash that like button on the way out. And we'll be rocking out with y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my man, Upper Echelon, man. Let everybody know what you got going on.
Yeah, salute to everybody out there. Tomorrow we come up on Key's show tomorrow. I'm gonna have these 2 links for y'all for my show. I done start putting content on there. The Upper Echelon Man and Righteous Disciple. Righteous Disciple, I try to teach you your history of where you come from and how we all been lied to. And on the Upper Echelon Man, I show you how a beta with money is just a beta with money. I show you how to be that alpha that the women want. And how to be an alpha yourself so you can live life in abundance and you can make your own way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And let everybody know, Upper Echelon. That's where you can find them at. Upper Echelon, man.
Yeah, It's called the Upper Echelon Man. But
Yeah,
you
the
know,
upper echelon man. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
But I have him up here tomorrow. I post him up here tomorrow. Can't get to it right now, but yeah, I have it posted in here tomorrow.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. Man, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Everybody that came through and supported the channel. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and we will be back. We gone.